Hey, what's going on? We're gonna make some heavy, aggressive meme patches with the Nord drum today. It's gonna sound a little bit like this. We'll get some stuff that sounds like this. All right, let's get into it. Okay. Initialize patch. Let's see what we can come up with. We're gonna change this waveform to a square wave. We're gonna take this down low. I'm gonna go to like 24. Perfect. I'm gonna open up the decay on this. That might be a little too much. How about 41? Great. And then what I'd like to do is add some noise to this. I'm gonna just up the noise level here to 16. We can't hear it. We're gonna change the filter type. Right now it's on a low pass filter. I'm moving it to band pass 1. I'm going to change the dynamic filter. Right now it's set up so that the harder that I hit it, the more that the cutoff opens or changes, and I'm going to turn that off because I just want it to be static. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to distort this, and we'll distort it pretty heavy. Okay, I'm going to go to the bend, and right now we have no bend going on. I'm going to just move this up a little bit. Maybe we'll do something like this. You can hear that initial hit that it's sort of pitched going down. I'm going to change the time, which will be this lower parameter. I'm going to hold this and just move this up. We could go really extreme like this. I'm going to move that to something like 27. Sounds good. I'm going to keep this tone. I like it. I'm going to change the pitch. No, I'll leave the pitch there. We're going to shorten the decay on this. I'm going to change the envelope type to punchy. Nice. I'm going to turn up the drive a little bit. And then I'm going to add this to a mono group with that kick so that we've got this sort of Let's copy this pad and we're going to put it down here. Paste. And I like most of the sounds here. I'm just going to move the pitch up so it's going to be a whole step, half step. On the spectra, I'm going to add a detuned oscillator, and I'm going to go up to 75, which should be an octave. Let's go ahead and start on pad 3. Same thing. I'm going to do a sawtooth, and we're going to move this up 61, so this should be in tune with this. And I'm going to detune this second oscillator. I'm going to give it a fifth, so we're going up to 70. Nice. We're going to add some reverb. I'm going to hold this down, and we're going to go to P1, which I think is a plate. And then this here, I can color the reverb darker. I'm assuming that's just some sort of filter on here. I'm just going to take just a little bit off of it so it's not quite as bright. Love it. I'm going to add a little bit of white noise to this as well. I'm going to change this to B1. We've got this dynamic filter happening. I'm going to go ahead and turn that down so that we're not hearing that. And we can start changing the frequency. Cool, that's good. I'm going to copy this pad. We're putting it here. I'm going to match that pitch, so 60. I'm going to open up the decay just a little bit on that, on the tone. And instead of having a fifth here, I think I'm just going to have this like super detuned. So let's try this. I love that. Okay, let's copy that and put it over here. And we'll go down to 58 for the pitch. Maybe just like a slightly more detuned. More reverb. I like it. I think we got something. I think think that sounds great. We're gonna take this into Ableton, see if we can make this into a track. Okay, I recorded this into Ableton. We have our tracks separated, the low end on this top track here, and then the high end on the bottom track. This is what the low end sounds like. Our high end together. I'm gonna add the fuzz to this. I'm also going to add a delay. We'll use this trick with delay. I'm going to just bring it down to a very, very short amount of delay, and then we'll see if we can find some cool tones in there, and we'll automate that. Cool, I like that. And then I think what will sound interesting is if we distort or run this fuzz into this delay sound. So, and I'm gonna turn the dry wet down on this, and then we just have that there available to us. On this track, I'm going to add a drum bus. I'm going to take the original MIDI data that I had, and I'm going to add a sample that will accompany this first pitch here. I'm gonna add a drum bus to this, and I'm gonna give this a heavier transient as well, and I'm gonna add a little bit of crunch. And then let's get this a little bit louder. So I'm going to turn the crunch up on this. Let's add a little bit of reverb to this as well. I'm going to group this. I'm going to create a chain, and I'll just call this dry. What this will allow us to do, what in the hell? Down the volume of the reverb just a little bit so that it's sort of functioning as a send, but I have more control over it on this. Let's do the same trick here. Delay on this. Let's take a listen and just see what this sounds like on the low end. Loop. Whoa. That's so cool. I really like 17, so I'm gonna remember that number, because what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll find two different tones that I like, and I will unlink the left and right, so then that way we've got, you know, just a little bit more of this. Love that. And then I'm gonna add this into the drive send, so that we get a little bit of an opening into the reverb. For this hit here, do like a really big reverb. I'm just using the stock reverb. I'm using this trick that I was just showing you before. I'm gonna open this to like 4 seconds. With this reverb, what I'm gonna do is take that reverb sound and I'm gonna open it up into the send of this drive. I have an idea. So I'm gonna create a new track. I'm gonna put it in resampling mode so that I can record Ableton's output. Here, I'm going to double click this. I'm gonna keep the warp the same. I'm going to move this up an octave. R for reverse, ramp this up a little bit. Freeze this track, flatten it right around here. Maybe we'll start glitching it up, more granular. I'm just sort of being random with this and hoping that what comes out sounds cool. Maybe if I pull out some of the high end. I did it. I'm interested to hear what this low end sounds like in this ZAR 1R reverb. So I love that so much. That's awesome. And then maybe just right off and see if that. I really kind of like that it's another track down here, resample. Here, I'm just going to cut the transient off the front of that. I'm going to reverse this. We're going to turn resampling off this and then see what this sounds like. I'm going to put a reverb on this and we're going to turn the reverb up. Freeze track. Duplicate this track. We're going to move this. We'll move this like so. Here, there, here, there. reverse this as well, get rid of that, and we're gonna ramp into that. We'll reverse this as well. Can I get away with stretching this out? I have this sort of like a DJ effect thing here. I'm just curious to see if this will sound cool, like a little glitch. Let's see what this sounds like. B off. Ooh. Oh no, that's not what I want. Oh gosh, B. Oh, I just learned that if you press A, it turns automation on and off. Get out of here. We're gonna go drums. We'll get an 808 kit. We'll throw this down here. I'm mostly concerned, I think, with the tops. We'll select this area, Control Shift M. There it is. Take this one here, I'm gonna move it up, and I know that I want dat, 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 dat. I'm just gonna go like that. This one here, down, let's see. And maybe we'll try those hats. See what that sounds like together? Collectively into this send. Throw this into a delay a little bit just for this part here to make it sound a little bit more chaotic. Maybe we'll do something with a little bit of this reverb when this bass kicks in, show that it's a different vibe. And let's see what we got. All right, I'm gonna keep working on this just a little bit and then I'll show you what it sounds like. Have a good week. I'll see you next week. Bye.